or in Battle chapter 21, the last chapter of Judges, and it says this: Wives provided for the tribe of Benjamin. And the men of Israel have sworn at Mizpah that no one of us shall give his daughter in marriage to Benjamin. And people came to Bethel and sat there till the evening before God, and they lifted up their voices and wept bitterly. And they said, O Lord, the God of Israel, whose of course is Jesus, why has this happened in Israel, that today there should be one tribe lacking in Israel? And the next day the people rose early and built there an altar, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. The people of Israel said, which of all the tribes of Israel did not come up in the assembly of the Lord? So they have taken a great oath concerning him who did not come up to the Lord to Mizpah, saying, He shall surely be put to death. The people of Israel had compassion for Benjamin, their brother, and said, One tribe is cut off from Israel this day. What shall we do for wives for those who are left, since we have sworn by the Lord that we will not give them any of our daughters for wives? And they said, What one is there for the tribes of Israel that did not come up to the Lord to Mizpah? Behold, no one had come to the camp from Jabesh Gilead to the assembly. For when the people were mustered, behold, not one of the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead was there. So the congregation sent 12,000 of their bravest men there and commanded them, Go and strike the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead with the edge of the sword, also the women and the little ones. This is what you shall do. Every male, every woman that has lain with a male, you shall devote to destruction. So what they're saying is, it says, I'm reading this again. It says, this is what you shall do. Every male, every woman that has lain with a male. Okay, it's talking about homosexuality. It says, every male and every woman that has lain with a male having sex with a male, that's homosexuality, and God's ordering Israel to kill them. And also it talks about every woman, so every male and every woman that has lain with a male, and also talks about a woman that has laid also with a man, you shall devote to destruction. And they found among the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead 400 young virgins who had not known a man by laying with him, and they brought them to the camp at Shiloh, which is in the land of Canaan. The whole congregation sent word to the people of Benjamin who were at the rock of Rimmon, and proclaimed peace to them. And Benjamin returned at that time, and they gave them the women whom they had saved alive, and the women of Jabesh Gilead, but they were not enough for them, and people had compassion on Benjamin, because the Lord had made a breach in the tribes of Israel. And the elders of the congregation said, What shall we do for wives for those who are left, since the women are destroyed out of Benjamin? And they said, There must be an inheritance for the survivors of Benjamin, that a tribe not be blotted out from Israel. Yet we cannot give them wives from our daughters, for the people of Israel had sworn, Cursed be he who gives a wife to Benjamin. So they said, Behold, there is the yearly feast of the Lord at Shiloh, which is north of Bethel, on the east of the highway that goes up from Bethel to Shechem, the south of Lebanon. And they command the people of Benjamin, saying, Go and lie in ambush in the vineyards, and watch. If the daughters of Shiloh come out to dance in the dances, they come out of the vineyards to snatch each man his wife from the daughters of Shiloh, and go to the land of Benjamin. And when the fathers or their brothers come to complain to us, we will say to them, Grant them graciously to us, because we did not take for each man of them his wife from battle. Neither did you give them to them, else you would now be guilty. People of Benjamin did so, and took their wives according to their number from the dancers whom they carried off. Then they went and returned to their inheritance, and rebuilt the towns and lived in them. People of Israel departed from there at that time, every man to his tribe and his family, and they went out from there every man to his inheritance. In those days there was no king in Israel. Everyone did what was right in his own eyes. So that's chapter 21, which is the last book of Judges. It talks about the wives provided for the tribe of Benjamin. And next will be the book of Ruth. I'll be right back with that here in a minute.